Hi everyone, here is a quick video on some manifestation techniques that I've been working on. I've been recently given a particular series of techniques to put together, breathing techniques and visualizations and intentions to put together into a procedure and then use that procedure to manifest something. Now I've already been experimenting with this, and I've done it now twice. This will be the third time, which I will actually manifest something with this one instead of just going through the steps. So in essence, what I'm doing is recording me using the procedure to manifest something, and then I'm going to show all of you that. And then any questions you have, please feel free to ask. So I've already used it twice. The first time I used it, there was 5 things that I wanted to manifest. They were all the same or similar. And then the second time I used it, which was the next day, there was one thing I wanted to manifest, but it contained 3 items to it, which also goes with the 5. So in less than a week, I manifested the one singular item, and then I manifested the item of 3 singular items in one package. So there's 4 out of 5 items in less than a week I manifested. And then I have now, in less than 2 weeks, manifested all 5 items plus additional ones. So I'm finding it works great. Please feel free to try out the procedure as it is, and then see how it works for you. And then if you have to make little adjustments and tweaks here and there to better suit yourself, because there's a few different things in it that it may generate too much energy for somebody. Maybe a breathing technique may be a little bit too difficult, etc., etc. I'm going to give you a basic procedure to do that anybody can do, but then I'm also going to give you ways to increase it based off various attunements and such that I offer that can add more punch and generate and gather more energy to make it more efficient and more effective. So first off, I'm going to start off with the Wim Hof breathing technique, the Iceman. And then from there, I'm going to go into the violet breath technique. While doing the violet breath technique, I will be using an energy orb. I will actually be using the octahedron around the energy orb, but unless your octahedron, you can still visualize an octahedron around it, but it's more effective if your octahedron is activated. It just adds more punch to it. So I'll be doing the breathing technique and then focusing my energy into an orb with an octahedron around it. All the while focusing on my intentions, even while doing the breathing technique. And then the violet breath will be utilized to bring in Mother Earth energy and energy from Father Sky into the heart, where you want to manifest from your heart center. And then that will be poured into the orb and the octahedron. And then from there, what I do is I hand it to my higher self, and he takes care of it. Now, as somebody on the 7th initiation, that's a little bit easier. But what you can do is you can either throw it into the air and see it go. You can see wings grow on it and fly off and allow the universe to take care of it. Now, a few other techniques you can do to increase it is you can use a technique that's called the universal orb technique, which gives you an increased capacity to create energy orbs and infuse them with your intentions. Now, don't get me wrong, anybody can create an orb. I'm not saying you can't. What the activation or the attunement does is it increases your capacity. So think of it like the Matrix. Anybody can, swing their fists and their feet and whatever and say they're doing kung fu, but when he gets a download and knows kung fu, it increases the capacity to do so. So that's more or less what an activation or an attunement kind of does. It increases your capacity. So you can also use the universal orb technique, and also prior to this, if you have white light Reiki, you can use the white light Reiki meditation technique to raise your vibration up and fill your auric field and your energy bodies with white light. So those are a few variations you can do. And also, if you have taken my hexagon manifestation chamber, that will also greatly increase the capacity to manifest, because that's what that chamber is all about. It's all about stepping into your creator state and then utilizing that energy to better manifest and better create. Okay, so I'm going to get to it. Give me a moment and I will begin. Also, I do want to also say that one thing that I'm utilizing that I have in my toolbox is I go to an etheric temple, and in the etheric temple I'm sitting in a manifestation chamber. So that's something that for myself I have, that I also utilize. And also feel free, like I said, to play around with the technique, get a feel for it, and then make some changes to the little nuances of it to better suit you. Maybe you want to use a crystal grid for your manifestation, singing bowls, chimes, whatever it is. Okay, give me a moment. Let me even out my breathing, and then I'll begin. Enjoy. So there's the series of procedures that I've been given to put together to increase your manifestation capabilities. So the breathing technique is the Wim Hof breathing technique, and it really energizes you. And while I do it for that particular technique, is I kind of combined it with the violet breath a little bit. I see Mother Earth energy come up, and Father Sky energy come down and mix in the heart, and then in the heart it turns violet. And then all the while I'm also checking in with my intention. I try to hold the intention, but I hold the intention and then I also visualize the Mother Earth and Father Sky energy, and then I kind of remind myself of the intention. I go back to that just to view it again, and then the breathing. And then with the orb, I'm still doing the breathing, just a normal in and out breathing technique. No set parameters, just whatever you feel comfortable inhaling and exhaling. And when you do that, still continue with the violet breath. See the Mother Earth energy come up, the Father Sky energy come down, mix in your heart and combine, and then breathe that out into the orb. But at the same time, having the orb in the heart vicinity, see a cord go to your heart and see that also pouring your intentions into the orb. And then I'm also seeing the octahedron around it. That's why I say about having your octahedron activated, it makes it so much easier. Like, yes, you can pull in Mother Earth energy, Father Sky energy. If you have a celestial star, like those on the 6th and 7th initiation, you're anchored in Father Sky. But then with the octahedron being activated, it anchors you. The octahedron is connected to Mother Earth, and then you're inside the octahedron. It's your octahedron and it's activated. You're pulling in that Mother Earth energy, pulling down that Father Sky energy, and it's commingling together. And then you're breathing life into the orb and seeing the octahedron around it as well. I also like to use a little bit of violet flame energy there to bring, that alchemy and magic to it. And then that first ray energy of power and will. Power and alchemy, go hand in hand. And then, I breathe in and out. I see my intentions. I feel my intentions. And I'm also visualizing various steps of the things that would be the outcome. And I'm seeing it as I already have it and feel it, giving gratitude to it. Seeing it already happen. So whatever that may be that you're trying to manifest, if there's a stone that you're looking for and you want to manifest that stone, see yourself already having the stone, see yourself in a store buying the stone, for example, or just see yourself having it, and then be open to how it comes to you. And then you got to put yourself out there as well. Like, if you want to manifest a stone but you never go to a stone shop, you're not going to get that stone. You still have to do some legwork that way. It's not just going to appear on your doorstep. Maybe in some instances, and that'd be really cool. And tell me your stories if you've had that. I would really love to hear stories like that too. That's magic right there. But then, anyways, so I do that until I feel comfortable, until I feel right. No set number of breaths in and out. If you want to set a number, you can work numerology into that as well. If you want to do 8 breaths, do 8 breaths. You want to do 5 breaths, 11 breaths, whatever it is. You can, like I said, you can tweak the little nuances like that to bring in number energy as well. Feel free to. And then you see me, I hand it up to Alexander, and he takes it and takes care of it. And he will. I know he will. So that's the basic procedure that anybody can do. Now, the additional things that you can do, and what I can help you with, that is, I have my octahedron activated, but if you want your octahedron activated, you have to see somebody else for that. It's just not something I offer. But how I can help you with that is prior to the procedure, if you have white light Reiki, you can do the white light Reiki meditation, which raises your vibration and fills your auric field, your chakras and energy bodies with white light, which dramatically raises your auric field. And I've found after doing that, I'm in a more of a high vibe state. So your energy is oscillating at a higher frequency, um, which allows for greater manifestation as well as many other things. So you can do white light Reiki, then the breathing technique, and then you can do, when you're doing the orb, if you have universal orb, the attunement to that, which is another thing I can help you with. If you're looking for that attunement, I can attune you to that. And remember, all attunements that you receive from me, Alexander, my higher self, is attuning you. You're being attuned by him. Which then, with using the universal orb technique, it greatly increases your capacity to create orbs and infuse them with your intentions. And then while you're doing the orb part, you can use the technique to do that. And if you have the octahedron activated, you can see the octahedron around it. If you have ethereal crystals, you can place them in there as well too. I didn't that time, but that's another thing you can do. Same with if you have the white light Reiki, you can also, it dramatically increases your ability to create white light orbs. So that's another thing to power that up as well. Also, what I can help you with as well to add more punch to it, the hexagon magic square chamber that I offer, which is all about being the creator and manifesting and stepping into that creator role. That's another thing that I offer that I can help you with. But then, again, there's many other things you can do. Like I said, you can add a crystal grid in front of you, and do your manifestations with that as well in front of you, and infuse that and imbue your intentions with that. You can use sound therapy as well if you have a gong, singing bowls. I know of some techniques with singing bowls where you when you're using them, you're visualizing your intentions going out. I don't quite remember the exact procedure, but there's stuff like that, and then you chime in and stuff. I don't quite remember. But again, you can add in other techniques as well. Prior to, you can go for a nice cleansing bath and a shower to clear your energy, etc., etc. After the procedure, definitely go ground, because you're going to raise a lot of energy. You don't want that hanging around in your aura for too long. You want to ground that out. So some procedures for that is you can put your feet on the bare earth. Even if it's in the middle of winter, go out, put your feet on the earth, sand, water, go for a swim at the beach or whatever, get out some sunlight, maybe have some food. Then you can also go for a shower as well. The shower prior to that will also help as well, because the water is a conductor of energy. So kind of infusing your body. That's my own theory. Infusing your body with, kind of being waterlogged in a little way increases your energetic capacity. Again, feel free, like I said, try it out a few times, see how it works. And then, tweak it a little bit. If the breathing technique, the Wim Hof, is too much for you, then omit that. And then try a different breathing technique that works better for you, as long as you're raising energy. I do the Wim Hof, but that's also other things that I'm working on as well for my own energy and raising my own energy. Also, you can add in, what else can you add in? So like I said, just the white light Reiki, and then take out the Wim Hof. You can play around with it and have some fun that way, but definitely try it out. And the whole time you want to focus on, or at least hold the intentions that you want. And you can drift back and forth. Like, you don't have to sit there and completely focus on your intentions. As long as you're still holding it, even if it's in your peripheral of your intentions, you're still holding on to it, and you still know what your intentions are. As long as you know what your intentions are, that will matter. And then every now and then just come back to your intentions, take a look at it again, and then come back to your breathing, and take a look at your intentions, see it, visualize it, let it happen, and then put it out there. So enjoy. I truly hope that does great things for anybody who tries that out. Manifest from your heart. If you're, prior to the session, if you are unsure what to manifest, just sit with your heart, see what your heart tells you. So that's exactly what I've been doing so far. Like, for example, the second time I used it with the package of 3 things that I wanted to manifest, the 3-in-1, my heart kept saying, do this. My mind kept saying, no, that's not right. That's too much. And my heart kept saying this. So I stopped. I went into my head, but I looked at why my head was feeling that way, why my mind, and then I looked into my heart, And then I looked back at my mind. Why is my mind feeling this way? And I went back to my heart. And then I evaluated both. Looked at why I was feeling resistance in my mind, cleared that. And then by clearing what the mind was saying, because even the mind wanted it too, but then the mind gets in the way. Because you can want something from your mind space and your heart space, but think of it as, if your mind is wanting something too much, it's causing a resistance to it, holding on to it. And if you can remove the impediments from the mind, you can then better sink down into the heart and then manifest from the heart forward, outwards. And then you will far more greatly increase your manifestation capabilities. So if your mind is telling you one thing, even if you're feeling like you want it from your mind, check in with your heart and then see, well, which one is which and why you feel in each place. Know why you feel it in your heart and know why you feel it in your mind, and then clear the resistance from the mind so you can sink into your heart more. And then from there, you want to manifest. So enjoy, have fun. I truly hope that works for all of you. Any of the procedures that I talked about that I offer, if you want those, let me know. White light Reiki, I'll be doing, if you want, there's 4 attunements to white light Reiki. We can do hour-long Zoom sessions for each attunement, plus going over the materials and any questions that you may have. The chamber as well, and the universal orb, if you want that as well. Those things will just increase your capacity for this procedure, as well as many, many other things. Enjoy.